I'm starting this vlog. I did the whole explanation and then my camera reset, so the footage is no longer there. I'm gonna get a new camera soon because this is fucking annoying. But welcome to the new vlog. I'm reading A Game of Fate. I'm nervous about it. I'm going to the store. Or going to the store. I'm going to work. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook. It's due in 5 days in Louis. That's my explanation. I'm not doing this for a third time. Okay, let's go. I need to change my lamp, but I haven't even turned on anything. I was gonna listen to stuff, but I felt like I needed to update this. A Game of Fate. So my intro was a little rushed. I'm sorry. I was just very frustrated. I needed to leave and go to work, and you already know which books I'm going to be reading because you saw the thumbnail. So I'm just jumping right in with the first one, which I'm reading because I have like 5 days left on Libby to listen to the audiobook, which I want to listen to the audiobook. And so far I'm on chapter 4. I'm like 50 pages in. I'm in like middle of chapter 4 or so almost 50 pages. But I've already spotted like plot holes in her writing. And I've watched a lot of TikToks after I read A Touch of Darkness about the different, and this isn't me like seeking them out, like this was just, it was on my For You page, where Scarlett Sinclair is like not the best writer and she has holes in her writing and like grammar and punctuation mistakes, like genuine things that should have been caught in editing, and genuinely spelling like words wrong and stuff, which is really funny to me. And it might be because like I'm just seeing these because I'm also on the Bookish Box drama, I think is what it's called, the Book Box drama. So I'm just like seeing their mistakes, and I'm also seeing Scarlett St. Clair's mistakes really specifically, but I'm also now seeing the plot holes in here, and one of them is like very glaringly obvious and kind of annoyed me, so that's why I turned it off. It was basically like Hades is like, wow, this girl is been blessed by Demeter, she smells like Demeter, I wonder if she's like one of her followers or something. And then later while he's talking to her, calls her goddess, but doesn't make any motion to say, stop messaging me, doesn't make any motion to say like, oh yeah, she's a goddess. He just kind of like brings it up, and I'm just like, either you know from like the moment you see her, or you have no idea. Like what I don't know, understand what's going on. So like whatever, I am still enjoying it. Hades' point of view is actually not that bad. It's like nothing is surprising though, because we found out all of the stuff that was going on at the end of A Touch of Darkness, so A Game of Fate isn't starting off like there's nothing that is new and surprising, which is kind of how I went into this thinking and feeling and stuff. Like I didn't go in here expecting anything new. I just expected to see it all from Hades' point of view, which is what I'm getting. So far it's meeting the expectations, as well as like me now noticing all the issues. So yeah, already fun, but I will continue on. Like I am enjoying it. I went to go get the second one from Hades' point of view because I've seen it online and people have it, but I guess it's not released yet. I don't know, or it should be soon. Anyways, so far not so bad. We'll see. We'll continue on and just move on. I don't know anymore. I finished this, and I'm gonna be quiet because it's like after midnight, but give it 3 stars. I like the bonus scene. That was nice, but also confusing. This one felt like Scarlett St. Clair wrote it in a rush. Like she came up with the idea at like 10 p.m. and wrote the whole thing before 6 a.m. That's the best way I can think of describing it, because it very much follows 2 kind of major plot points, and that's what happened in A Touch of Darkness from Hades' point of view, and then also this side plot where he is like fighting crime, living his life, but mostly fighting crime. And it felt like she wrote them at separate times and then mushed them together, which is probably exactly what happened, because she probably wrote Hades' point of view with all the scenes with Persephone and then was like, oh wait, he does other things during the day. That's exactly how I feel like the thought process went. It was very choppy. It was very separate, like every other chapter. It could have been executed better. She was given more time. I feel like she rushed this and most of it felt unnecessary. So I give it 3 stars. So much like I like the story, and A Touch of Darkness was like amazing. I hate that TikTok has told me that she uses the word impaled. I never caught onto it before. Now I've caught onto the word impaled during the spice scenes, and I am not having a fun time anymore. The sex scenes also are just, they're not it. They're really not it. They are very much like a fade to black without actually fading to black. They're just like briefly describing what happens. Not the best, I will say. So go into this with low expectations. I will say that. All right. What am I gonna read next? What's the next one? I don't know. We'll figure it out. You'll see. Next book. I can't get over how weird this was. Oh my god. Excuse my appearance. I've been painting. But I've started Vicious. Surprise. I didn't think I would start this one first, but I did. And I'm listening to the audiobook as I'm painting. And I am on chapter 10. So I'm about 55, 56 pages into this thing. And I'm enjoying it a lot. This is definitely a book that you read and then you read the sequel and then you go back and you annotate both of them. Like, you have to read them twice, 100%. So far, we're following Victor and Eli, I believe. And we're following them 10 years ago. And then, like, a couple days ago, Victor. So 10 years ago, it's kind of like mostly Victor and Eli in school together. They're working on their theses. And they're kind of best friends, but also competing with each other constantly. And then now... the now time that we're kind of following is Victor has broken out of jail and he's talking to a ghost from what I understand. And there are people called extraordinaries, EOs, and they have special abilities like superheroes. Like, they compare them to like Spider-Man and Superman. So I'm very intrigued. This is from 2013? Wow. This is so funny because it's like Tor books. What the heck? What do you mean Tor books? This is just the publisher. Okay, never mind. I didn't notice there was like skulls and bones on the back of this, and I think it's really cute. But I am enjoying it. I'm having a good time so far. No complaints here. This is the year of V.E. Schwab for me. Like, I need to read more of her stuff. So I'm happy I'm kicking it off with this one. It's gonna be a good time. This is kind of a weird angle, but I am on page like 114 and I am obsessed. Okay, I can't get over this. This is kind of everything I want right now. Perfect timing. So I'm having a fun time. The fact that Eli and Victor are trying to just do like the impossible basically and die and then not die, and the way that they're going about it just like says a lot about who they are, and I am so intrigued. Oh my gosh, everything that's going on, I'm into it. I kind of wish I got these in hardcover now. I also realized that when Victor is kind of, because this is mostly from Victor's point of view, pretty much from Victor's point of view. So he does these like poetry things from books and he just wrecks them, and he says he wrecks them, but I want to do that one day. I low-key want to do this and make poetry out of it. I just think it's the coolest idea ever. So I'm just having a fun time and enjoying every second of this right now. But I am running a bath, so more listening time perhaps. Okay, look, I am on chapter 35, which is page 173, and girl, everything just clicked. It just clicked. Everything. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm like not even halfway through yet. I'm like 47% of the way through. Anyways, it all just clicked. I'm so excited. This is just, I love Sydney, Serena, like I love every character in this book and how they're all like, literally everybody's like an anti-hero. It's just a book of anti-heroes and everybody has an ability and it is very reflective of who they are and like what they want in life kind of thing. Like, it's so like psychologically intriguing. I can't get over how cool this was and how thought out it is. The thought process behind this is just incredible. Like, I can't get over how fantastically intricate this is. I'm losing my mind. It is so cool. So cool. Fuck, I have to finish this today. And like, it's so cool to the point where I've turned my audiobook down from 3 times speed to 2 times speed. And that's a huge deal. I'm listening to this at 2 times speed and I'm not trying to finish it quickly like I normally do. And I'm just literally losing my mind. I love it. I don't have the book with me right now, but I just finished Vicious. Oh my god. Girl. I was saying how well thought out I thought it was yesterday. But like, genuinely, like the way that you're rooting for people to go, it happens, but better. And I love that. Like, honestly, this was such a good way to start the year. This is like such a good way to just like be here, you know? And I just am so pleased. I'm so satisfied. I don't think that I am like craving more enough to have a book hangover. I'm literally so just satisfied. Everything went better than I could have hoped, and I'm excited for the next one. Like, there was an excerpt that just started, and while I was listening to it and I couldn't find my phone to shut it off, from the next book I can't remember the name of now. Anyways, I listened to like the first 5 minutes of it, and I'm into that too. Oh my gosh. I've read books that I feel like are meant for me, and like meant for me at certain points in my life or moments in time. But this was meant for my brain. This is like so satisfying. I can't even begin to describe how satisfying this is, because I just feel so complete after finishing this. And I don't know how else to describe this feeling. It is incredible. I don't think I've ever felt this like finalized and just genuinely so satisfied with how a book went in like ever. I don't think this has ever happened. Like, oh my God, I'm so satisfied. Like, I don't have the crazy, insane urge to pick up the next one. I don't have like, I don't know, just like an internal longing for more. I am perfectly happy with everything about it. And I don't know how to describe that. Like, book hangovers are a thing for me. I get them a lot. I want more. I want to just enter this world for funsies. But like, I do want to enter this world for funsies. I really love the world and the concept of EOs. Not EWOs, EOs. EWOs is a work term. So I'm just like, it's so well-rounded and so complete and just calm. And it's perfection. It was 5 stars, obviously. And I love all the characters. I love where they went. I love their goals. I love what they're trying to accomplish. I love everything. This is like when you meet that person you're meant to be with for the rest of your life. This is that feeling. I can imagine. I haven't met that person, so like, you know, who knows? But like, I feel like this is how calm you'll feel. Does that make sense? I can't believe this exists. Like, wow, it exists. I'm late coming to it, but it exists. Oh my God. I can't get over how amazing this feels. Please read this. Oh my God. I look like I've been crying. Oh my gosh, my eyes are just that dry. That's the kind of winter we're having. I'm gonna tell you, I've started Covet. I was just like looking at the books that I wanted to read, and I was like, you know what? I really need to get to this because my mental health needs it. And here we are. And I'm on chapter 19, which is 74 pages in. And it's just so funny. I like have highlighted so many things already. Like I can't, this is just so funny. I have to highlight something else on page 73. It's just so funny. The banter that's going on in here and like the flirting is like amazing. It's sad, and I almost cried once because like there's a bunch of shit that they're dealing with, but there's also like all this air of mystery and things that are being discovered that I'm like, ooh. Funny because like there was this line at the end of chapter 18 where it's like, oh, and Miss Foster, Mr. Vega, the other Mr. Vega. I'm like, which one does this teacher think is Mr. Vega and the other Mr. Vega out of Hudson and Jackson? I want to know which one is the other one. Because it's just so funny to me. Mr. Vega and other Mr. Vega. Which one's the other one? We don't know. So it would be nice to know. But I'm genuinely just having a good time already. Like, it is sad, but there are funny moments. Like, she turns into a gargoyle just to like stop listening to Hudson talk. Like, literally, he panics because she's like, oh my God, why did she turn into a gargoyle? And then she comes back and she's like, because you were being a jerk and I was tired of listening to it. So I shifted to make sure I didn't have to listen to it anymore. And the librarian is like, high five. It's like so funny. I love this series so much. I forgot how much because it's been a while since I read the second book. But I genuinely just like, this makes my soul so happy. Like, oh, everything about it. So I'm gonna like power through as much as I can today, hoping maybe to get like to the 200 page mark or something. I'm almost to the 100 page mark, so I think it's doable, and then maybe I'll update you guys again. But this book is like 680 pages long. This is how much I have to go, so we'll see. I'm also just enjoying the fireplace. If you couldn't tell, my back was really cold, so here we are. I'm having a fun time. I'm on chapter 124, which means I'm 513 pages in. I'm like a huge chunk. I plan on finishing this today, hopefully, because I'm just chilling. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm very much like savoring it, enjoying it, which I find I do a lot with this series. Like, I want to read it really fast, but I genuinely take forever to read it. And that's not because it's huge. Like, this is super easy to get through. I just fly through 50 pages in like no time, and then I just put it down for a bit, and I'm like, I need to soak up everything that just happened. And it's very interesting. We had like our first fade to black moment, which I was like, I know it's YA, but like I kind of wish it wasn't. And then we have lots of seriousness going on. There's a lot of between Jackson and Hudson, and she's very, I'll choose Jackson or I'll die at this moment. And I'm just kind of like, Can we find another way to fix Jackson? What if we found his mate? Like, what if we did something for his benefit that would also benefit Hudson in the end? Like, why can't we have the best of both worlds here? Tracy Wolf here likes to do high stakes with no other alternative, which is why they're in prison right now. They're in prison. They're making their plan to escape said prison, and they have spent their like first full day there, kind of. I just finished the chapter where they were playing games and Grace won a shit ton of money and like freaked out a bunch of people, and now she's made a bunch of enemies in there, so that was interesting. I very much love the idea of like they get stuck in the prison and they don't have enough flowers to get everybody out, and it's just kind of like getting more precarious as they go. So that's super interesting, and I really like the new characters that we've met. Remy is so intriguing. So I'm just like genuinely having a good time, and that's why I want to finish it today. I don't know, I have like 150 pages left, I feel like, ballparking it there. There's a bunch of another book in here called Ember of the Night by Molly E. Lee. Interesting. 680, yeah, so about 150 pages left. So not that much, and I'm very excited to finish it. But I'm genuinely, it's like super fun. Other than like, hey, let's move on to the new guy and forget the old guy. I'm like, I understand, like I loved him in the first book and the second book, but like also I'm like, ooh, Hudson. And the love triangle of it is just upsetting, I guess. Does that make sense? Can we just like fix Jackson another way? I want to keep Jackson, but like, if this is her true mate, then why are we trying to get mated back? I understand it, but I also don't understand it. Like, this is your fake mate you're trying to fix, which yes, he was amazing and incredible and was like the best fake mate ever. Northern Lights cannot top that. Oh my god. I stand by that. But like, I wouldn't want to try to get him back as a mate, even to save his life, when I have a true mate right there. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You picking up what I'm putting down? Anyways. So, I'm a sucker for a fated mate story, okay? That's my verdict, and I'm having a good time. Hello, it's me again. It's been a little bit more than a couple days, I will admit, since I finished Covet, and I keep forgetting to tell you guys that I finished it and my end thoughts, so let's try to do this right now. I gave 5 stars. I still love it. I love the vibes. I love everything. Like, this is just like such a comfort read for me now, and I don't think I'll ever like move on from how much I love this, but I do have critiques in this one. Things that I've started noticing are like Tracy Wolf's things that I'm like, I wish she didn't do that kind of thing. One of them, the biggest one at the moment, is nobody can have a relationship but Grace. Okay? In Crush and Covet, both we see one of her friends get into a relationship with somebody else, and both times that person who's been in the relationship with her friend has died. And I don't want that to be a spoiler. I just want you to be aware that Grace is the only one allowed in a relationship. And Hudson and Jackson get everything. They get the life. They don't get to die. They don't take the easy way out. There's always going to be something there. And it's just, I don't know. I like the ending of this one was very hard to read for me, I guess, because Flint's love interest dies, and then Jackson almost dies, and then Flint almost dies, and Jackson saves Flint. That's why he's dying. And then since Jackson's dying and he saved Flint, Flint's mom is like, oh, you can have my whole ass dragon. Like, what? As a mom, no. As like the Dragon Queen, definitely not. I don't understand the actions. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, come on. We can't have nice things. We just can't have nice things. So that's kind of what upset me. So that's also why I was like, I don't want to tell people that the end of this book kind of upset me, because I still love it and I still give it 5 stars, but it genuinely, I don't know. The ending just wasn't it. You know, I like the war thing. I like the war thing, and I liked the romance and stuff. I did not like that she's like, okay, I love Jackson first, so he's always going to be there. And if I had the chance to choose between being Jackson's mate or Hudson's mate, I would pick Jackson because he was first. Even though she knows that Hudson and her are true mates, and I'm a sucker for true mates, okay? I don't know. It's good. I promise. I think now that I've like had a couple weeks to think it over that I'm just kind of like frustrated, and I do want to pick up the next one, but I'm also like, if the next one's gonna have the same stuff that this one had and the second one had, it's just gonna get old really fast. And I don't know if this is gonna get repetitive. Could I call this a comfort read? I sure hope so. But like, why? The prison was so cool. I loved everything about the prison. I liked the adventure they went on. I liked the places. We got to spread out from Alaska finally. We went and saw giants. We went and saw a witch and talked about basically gods and goddesses, and that was like so fun, branching out, learning more about the world, learning more about the people in it, learning more about the history, and then it get ruined by deaths and love triangles. Like, really? I don't understand. Anywho, I think this is the end of the vlog. This is the end of this vlog. Wow. Who am I? I don't know. Anywho, so I read A Game of Fate, which was good but had its issues. I read Vicious, which was the epitome of my life. That I'm like still so satisfied. Like, that was the perfect book ever. And I read Covet, which is a comfort read that might be on its way out already, which is so sad. The last one hasn't even come out yet. So I gave 4, 5, 5 stars. Like 4 and then a 5 and then a 5. So I'm pretty happy with that, honestly. I feel pretty good. This was a fun vlog for me. It took a really long time. I'm sorry about that, but I hope it was enjoyable for you. And I hope you come back for the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have a favorite book in this vlog that I read, please let me know about it. Mine was Vicious, obviously, and I'd love to talk about these books in the comments with you. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!